Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Frontiers. We got one more tower to go, and, well, a trial to do. But first, I intentionally saved this last character interaction for last, because I think it answers one of your more pressing questions. At least I hope it does.
So we've been following the Chaos Emerald's trail, and Knuckles is here for the ruins. But what's Big doing here? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with just going fishing.
Fishing? If you are talking about the purple portals, those are not real locations. They are a type of cyberspace recreated from your memories. I am not picking up any signals like those of the doctors or your friends from those areas. The Big the cat that you saw is most probably an illusion recreated from your memory. The fact that you were able to converse with the illusion and believe it was real speaks of how vivid a memory you have of him. Normally, traveling between spaces is said to cause a feeling of danger at such a level that even you would be able to pick up on it.
Well, it was just Big, so it didn't feel dangerous. But it's good to know that the real Big is out there, safe in the jungle somewhere.
Big was a fake all along. I knew he was too helpful. Yeah, remember what happened? Remember last time when Sonic asked Sage if she could join him on the grind rail, and Sage was all like, "Wait, I don't see that," and Sonic was like, "What? It's right there." And it's like Sonic is like so linked with cyberspace at this point, or maybe from the very moment that he linked up with cyberspace, that he was just faking everything all along. Like everything that he sees is comprehensible to him, but not to anybody else. Even though everybody else could comprehend things, or maybe it's just Sage. I don't know. Probably Amy, Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic could see the grind rails and everything, but not Sage and Eggman. Maybe that's why they're not playable. When you think about it, that just makes the most sense. I guess. You know, for as brief an explanation as that is. So I think I might as well just tell you right off the bat, right away, right off the bat here. We're probably about to see the part that makes everything so divisive for everybody. I mentioned already that Final Horizon was very divisive amongst people. Some like it, some don't like it. And you know what? I understand on, like, the bad side. Like, people who think with a brain are like, man, this level design, this doesn't make any sense, right? Like, how are blocks floating in the air at, like, random intervals? It's like, I'm like, dude, it's a video game. It's like, yeah, it's a video game. Climbing the towers was a bad experience for people because it was so much harder than it really needed to be. And that's probably why the patch was implemented, so that when switching on easy mode, then the towers would be much easier to climb. So that at least is addressed somewhat. And yeah, I kind of had to agree with them. I had trouble with some of the towers sometimes. Like, I had to think about it for a moment. Even though I didn't really fall off of anything, I can really understand why people don't really like climbing these towers, like, again. And I probably had to get the fact, too, that Rhea Island and New Aranos are basically sort of the same deal with these towers, except, well, one is a lot harder than the other, so I don't know. And on top of that, though, like, originally, like, Knuckles' controls was, like, pretty stiff and heavy. Like, heavier than they really needed to be. And the Guardians were very hard because of the fact that they had so much health, and they were way more aggressive than needed, actually. And, yeah, it's just, like, a difficulty spike that didn't really need to happen. They could have just as easily made all the Guardians really easy and just left well enough alone. But obviously, you know, the devs heard the complaints about some complaints about Sonic Frontiers being a relatively easy time, even on hard mode. So I guess this was their way to fix it, but I don't know if this was the right way to do that. Yeah, I really don't know if this was the right way to do it. Just make climbing the towers difficult and whatever is about to happen, like, really the hardest thing ever made, but, you know, it's patched now, so it's a lot easier. I don't know if people's opinions have changed on it post-patch, but I probably imagine that some minds wouldn't be changed. And you know what? That's fine. That's all fine and good. I don't think this tower is that bad. I really don't. It's fine. And besides, there's that switch right there that can take you all the way back up here right away if you really want to. And here we go. Bet you can't wait to see how this was in the original launch version.
Survivor. Kain Garfa.
Wow, somebody's feeling high and mighty. Anyway, Sage says you're the one who can turn the cyber corruption into new power. Is that right?
Survivor Lines. Ne Bolfan Karinga. Bande Falcus Poskel Line. Le Bike. Dido Wandi. Ne Links Wandu. Ne Obugale Garix once. Le Trail Posen Shura. Le Birken Grudel Karki. Le Bike Muken Dashurud. Dido Wandi.
And now you're a rock in a chair.
Urudos.
Yeah, and I'm short on time, so if you want me to save your legacy, you're gonna have to fast-track this new power process.
Damnix fantasy. Do I crash crits and creator? Do I model of Barus? Zakure. Code Shrine. Equenda. Ultimine.
Here we go. Master King Coco's Trial. Not only will your stats be at level 1, not only will rings be unavailable, but you also have the perfect parry. The window for perfect parry will change depending on the difficulty that you selected. I'm going to be playing this on hard mode, and thankfully, the perfect parry window is now much more forgiving than it ever was before. Because to demonstrate this a little bit, before we take on Giganto here, basically we're doing a boss rush here with a perfect parry on it. On hard mode, this is the perfect parry right here. Originally, it was like this. It was like 1/10 of a second. It was insane. You had to time attacks perfectly if you wanted to parry the boss's attacks. And if you're curious, this is how it is in normal mode, where the window is slightly larger. And here it is on easy. As you can see, you have a much longer time needed than necessary. In fact, I think this is just a regular parry, actually. I'm gonna go Thug Life hard mode because, well, this is it. This is the ultimate test. Because this is what made everyone be like, oh god, this is Dark Souls Sonic Edition. Yeah, I'm really lucky this got patched because I would have had a miserable time otherwise if this game didn't get patched to make the perfect parry window so much easier to handle. Alright, Giganto, you ain't shit. Okay, so here we go, boys. We're about to take on the hardest thing ever. And we're about to go. Just like the song says. The best way to... Oh, wait. Why didn't it go? Okay, there we go. Best way to handle this is to Psy-loop these bosses. Seriously, just Psy-loop them and you'll be able to shave off their health really easily. And also, just remember to just keep on building up the meter. Yeah, build up the meter so that you can Psy-loop the bosses. That way you'll be able to stun them so that they'll take more damage. This is very clearly what the Psy-loop was made for. This very trial, if this was in the development plan all this time. Clearly. Either way, Cross Slash and the Stomp are invaluable moves for Sonic to have. Because the Stomp will easily shave off HP, bosses' HPs. And believe me, it just works. If you don't have the courage to parry everything, then just remember, you have the Psy-loop. Yeah, you can very easily just Psy-loop. Or just run away. I should probably say just run away. Alright. There we go. Alright, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Yeah. And also remember, you only have 400 rings. Your ring stat is only at level 1. Yeah, all your stats are at level 1, including ring capacity. And you can't use that Psy-looping trick on the ground if you need more rings. No. Rings are unavailable, period. Oh, and by the way, if you really want hard mode, then Wyvern on the original patch was, like, devastating. Absolutely devastating. Basically meaning you're gonna have to, if you fail this, you're gonna have to start all over from the beginning again, because this game just truly had to have a Dark Souls mode. And also a Dark Souls 2 mode with it. I don't get why they just don't have you facing the boss, like, right away, like, as Supersonic. I really don't. I don't get why they can't just make you just skip the trail stuff right away, because it can take a while. And besides, you can lose rings if you get hit, obviously. So, yeah, I don't know, but whenever we get around to it, OG version Wyvern with perfect parry is like the worst thing ever. It's like the worst thing ever. It was the hardest one. And I feel like with enough time and practice, you could technically get Giganto's patterns down. Or you could just look up a video on what frame you needed to do that on hard mode. Because perfect parry really was a perfect parry. It was like frame perfect originally. Absolutely frame perfect. So you would have to study the boss's attack patterns right away and figure out which frame it is that you needed to parry. You know, without switching difficulties anyway. Because on easy mode, it was still technically a perfect parry, but the window was much more forgiving. They seriously did hear the complaints of everybody thinking that the parry being infinite was a bad thing. And I'm like, dude, it's a game made for kids, sort of, but kids can also understand, you know, action. So I guess the games for kids argument doesn't really work here in this case. But as a kid, I would definitely, if this came out when I was a little kid, I would definitely think that the window for parrying was bullshit. Wyvern! So now we actually get down to the fight here. Parry the first rocket that you see. Because again, every second you'll lose rings. Also, they give you a window to pause. They also give you like a brief little pause. You know, to register that you did the parry perfectly. you know, just to give you a little bit of a breather, I guess. But now here comes the harder part. Again, Wyvern on the original patch is just like absolutely a monster because they attack so quickly. And you remember on phase 2, to break through it all and don't look down, you won't fade out because the fire in you never dies. You know what? They give you one last hurrah with the bosses. And oh god. And you know what? I say that's cool enough. Where's the rocket? Here. Okay. Yeah, Wyvern attacks so quickly, like you probably. Okay. Yeah, just remember that was much harder in the original launch version. That was a lot harder. Be thankful that they changed it. Oh, I can't get that attack though. I was, like, the plan for this, like, before the unexpected balance patch, was that I was gonna do Gigano on hard, because I felt pretty confident in understanding Gigano's attack patterns, so I felt like I could do that. But as for Wyvern, I would just go on easy because I'm not spending 2 hours. I'm not spending 2 hours on this boy. There we go. Okay. I gotta shave off the HP then. And now at this point, this should be relatively simple. Because you don't lose any rings during the QTE sections. And I'm gonna shave off. Oh, God. Yeah, and then there's also Wyvern's other attacks, too, where the parry window, like, where you can barely predict that attack, because barely anybody's seen that attack at all. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I'm thinking I can make it with 150 rings. See, this would have been a lot harder. I would have raged so hard. I would have raged so hard if this was the OG version. Okay, 100. Okay, 120. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say like because I can get it on this cycle. I can definitely get it on this cycle though. Because remember, if you lose all your rings, it's over. You have to go all the way back to the beginning with Giganto, and then you gotta chase down Wyvern again, and you know all that stuff. Ooh! I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that, yo. I think the rocket. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. 120 wings, like, so long as I don't get hit by Knight, I'll be fine. Okay. As long as I don't screw up the on-foot phase with Knight, then I'm all okay. Okay, how did he do that so quickly this time? Okay, you know what? Fine. Fair enough. I did it. It's fine. I won. Oh, man. My heart is pounding. Okay. Okay, I win this fight. I win. I had 190, 89 something rings. I can do this. You don't lose rings because of the getting hit animation. Thank God. But you are going to have to parry Knight, technically. And the best way to do this is to combo him and then use the left or right bumpers to dodge. Then just stomp him. That's how you drain his health really easily. Just combo his shield, and then as you're comboing him, use the right bumper to dodge. That way you can swivel all the way to Knight's head. That way, if you have enough Psyloop meter, then you can do that. Then you can just stun him and then stomp on him for damage. Honestly, the shield part isn't really too bad. And speaking of which, it's technically possible. It's technically possible to, yeah, it's just technically possible. Yeah, it's just technically possible. Now, a bit of a confession, my rings and stats have changed a little bit. It's because I switched over to easy for Wyvern because I barely have enough time in the day to do anything. Like, I'm gonna have to do some things pretty soon, and I really want to get it done quick. And I guess my stats, and I guess the stat changes didn't even reflect. Like, in easy, you have 600 rings and about 25 attack. So, I guess I had a little bit of help this time. I'm not all Thug Life. But you have to understand, I don't have enough time in the day to do this. I'm not going to be here for like another 2 hours. I got dogs to walk. I got like food to cook for the... I got food to cook for the little guy. I got things to do. So, yeah, Master King Coco's trial is really hard. Should have been toned down a little bit more even after the patch. Yeah. But at least I know what's coming up next in the story is going to be worth it.
I can feel it. Oh, I can't wait to let loose.
Bandage. Toparon Dulfe. Andirein Dauda. Lezariuk Padres Parondaz Kane. Vamidus Paron Forces and Guide.
I'm not used to holding back.
Leforzen Mendiu Chuainju. Jul! Da Indisam Duru Letsaiju. Le Kaidan Mono Wandi. Darux Brian Da.
Oh, yeah?
I'm dying. My recording is at 57 minutes, and I still feel like I have stuff to show, so let's make this quick. You can take the trial again if you want to, not that you really need to. You can finally swap characters on the fly now, so you can switch over to Knuckles, Rouge, or not Rouge, Knuckles, Amy, and Tails. So that's great. Just in case you have something more to do with those characters, then you can just go ahead and do that. Only as Sonic can you actually proceed on to the final battle, because of course it has to be a supersonic fight. What else wouldn't it be? I mean, either way, I don't really have any more characters to interact with. I don't have anything more to do. So, I guess really the only other thing that I can think of doing is actually showing off what, Ghost is like in this. Because I think I feel like we've seen the other Guardians at this point. Like, we've seen Spider, we've seen Master Ninja, we've seen every one of them except for what Ghost Plus is like. And it has to be as Knuckles too. You know, the character that I upgraded the least out of all of them. Maybe on this night he'll get a redemption arc, but I'm not counting on it. So as you can probably imagine, Ghost is way harder this time around, all because of the sole fact that, well, again, you need to Psyloop Ghosts, of course. It's just that the obstacle courses are much harder this time around. They can be taken on with any character that you like, so there's really no need to go crazy with just a specific character. So, at the very least, that's fine. However, you know, it's just that the obstacle courses for, you know, defeating Ghosts are a lot more traverse heavy and difficult, as it were. You know, this is the Final Horizon after all, where hard games really, really like to test your mettle. Either way, I don't really think that Ghost has changed a lot, really, aside from, well, I don't think, actually, no, his ring, his, rate for like, you know, sucking out all the rings has been changed. I'm not entirely sure if it was that way. I've never taken on any Guardian fights at all in the original patch at all because they were too hard. Because they were just too hard. So I have no idea what this was like in the original thing. But, you know, I guess it's something else. It might as well be something else, because I don't know what this is. And I don't know how to reverse patch files on Steam. You have to be some kind of wizard in order to do that. It could be that the black hole actually now drains your rings a lot faster. I'm not entirely sure. But still, the method of defeating Ghost is essentially the same. And there we go. Done. And done. Not that I needed the help, of course, but, you know. It's just me. If you want to get up easier, this is your way to do it. You'll easily zip up all the way to the top of the tower where you'll be able to meet the Master King Coco. Alright. And there it is. With the Final Horizon mostly done, well, I'll get to say everything that I wanted to say afterwards, but really, I think I've done everything that I can do. Like, I'm not really interested in upgrading Knuckles' skills anymore. I just want to be done with this. I got everybody's skills. I got all the new cyberspace levels taken care of. I upgraded mostly everyone to the max. I feel like I'm good. Because tomorrow, I'll tell you the 100% completion reward, and it's not that fun at all. But tomorrow, it is it. Next time on Sonic Frontiers, it's the final battle for real. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Oh. Okay. Okay. Easier that time.
Yes, hello. I would like to call 911. 911, what's your emergency? Oh yeah, I got shot by the fucking Titan. Could you just swear to me that this never happened and we'll go it all over again? Yes, thank you very much. Okay, I had to go over it all over again.
I'm normally not an angry person. But I think for the first time ever, Sonic has legitimately made me angry. Oh my god. Like, I get it. But like, bro. Holy sh- I got it oh my god, I have to put off this video because I've been just listening to it to calm me down. I synced that up perfectly. That's amazing.